5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. 4 left, opens, into crest, 60, slight left.
Hey guys, today I want to talk about SG Racing Sequential Shifter Pro. Not the old one, but the new version 2. Some disclaimers, I bought this with my own money as a regular customer. I've had zero correspondence with SG Racing. Also, if you're here, you're probably trying to decide between this, the original SG Racing Sequential Shifter Pro, Octane Design Sequential Shifter V3, and Heusinkveld's MagShift. I haven't used any of those shifters. I haven't even been in the same room with them. So if you're looking for a detailed comparison between all of these options, then you're out of luck. But I will at least let you guys know what I think of this. As far as the differences between version 1 and version 2 of SG's Sequential Shifter Pro, according to the website, we have this breakdown. Version 1 was 34 centimeters, version 2 is 38. Version 2 is 7 to 9 kilograms of throw. Version 1 had a unlisted push-pull force, but the V2 is supposedly stiffer than V1. Version 1 had a contoured neutral lever, while version 2 has a smooth one. Version 1 has a different appearance with a more silver accents in the 3 holes in the lever. Version 2 has an all black shaft with 4 holes. Other than that, they appear to be more or less the same. I do have experience with one sequential shifter, and that's Fanatec's Club Sport Shifter SQ V1.5 in sequential mode. This was the last piece of Fanatec gear that I had on the rig. As to why it's the last piece, probably a better story for another time. I had ambitions of using the H pattern shifter mode, but only really ever used the sequential mode. It worked reliably, but never felt stiff enough. And once I adjusted the stiffness past a certain point, it only seemed to add friction. So it just didn't feel great. I did like the T-nut system though. It came with the ability to add some 3D printed designs, like a magnetically attached trackpad for when I'm in flight sim mode. But okay, so back to the SG Racing Sequential Shifter Pro V2. Here's what I like about it. So shipping from Sofia, Bulgaria to New England here in the USA was incredibly fast. So I ordered it on Saturday. It was here on the following Wednesday. And it came well packaged in a no-nonsense cardboard box with some bubble wrap. I'm never impressed with overly exuberant packaging, which always adds to the cost. So I appreciated this. It's definitely stiff. I absolutely could not make it shift without it bolted down into the rig. Forget about it if you don't have a very rigid rig. You could maybe bolt it to a desk, but yeah, I have this mounted via 2 bolts into my 40 series aluminum profile rig, which is a SimLab P1X. There's 0 side-to-side play. It's a tall shifter, but the footprint is pretty small. This does not take up a lot of room on your rig. The sound of it is rewarding while not being too annoying. The action is smooth after a minor mod, and I'll get back to that in a bit. The neutral lever is great, and not all sequential shifters on the market seem to have this. Now here's what I don't like, and not to spoil it, but none of these are a big deal. So the wire for the neutral lever runs outside towards the user. I'm a little surprised that they didn't try to bore some kind of channel in the middle here and run the wire down there. But it's clamped down, it otherwise looks clean. The 2 wires coming out of the control box are bound together with a spiral cord sleeve. It looks a little cheap, but it's really not a big deal. Once I tuck that away, you don't even see it. There's a cosmetic scratch on the top of the handle that I got. It's really minor, you can't even feel it. Yeah, so I almost didn't call that out, but just in case people care about that kind of thing, it's there. And finally, this one actually did bug me. It was the squeak. Out of the box, the action sounded kind of off, but it also felt slightly grindy. And I learned a long while ago that this is, for some reason, it's a typical issue with boutique sim racing products. I've had more than I can count that I've had through here that had some kind of squeak or action that just wasn't smooth. So I learned a while back that having a can of PTFE spray handy is a great idea. And like all products before it that had a similar issue, a few sprays in some key areas made it nice and smooth, and the squeak is gone. Feels great, problem solved. All right, so in summary, the SG Racing Sequential Shifter Pro V2 is a great addition to my rig. It's of course a ton of fun with rally. For games that don't need a sequential stick, I use it for extra functions like starting the car, like forward for ignition, back for starter, and ACC, so that saves a button or two. For flight sims, I like to assign it for landing gear up and down. It's pretty cool for that, actually. And then you can actually even, in some sims, have a combo. So in DCS, I pulled the lever, the neutral lever back, and I shift it backwards to eject. So that's pretty fun. Now, it's not cheap, but I think it's reasonably priced for what it is. As for today, it's being sold at 290 euros with free shipping as an intro promo price. I forget what that comes out to USD, or at least when I bought it. No idea what the price is expected to go up to, but yeah, I expect this shifter to be a fixture of my rig for a very long time.
Tight, Titans 3, half long, 40.